Welcome, everyone. I would like to call this Bay County Board of Commissioners meeting on Tuesday, April 21st, 2026 at 4:00 p.m. to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Nemec. Here. Pickett.
Here.
Beeson.
Here.
Rupp.
Here.
Docket.
Here.
Crete. Benajia.
Move to excuse.
Yep.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Lord, we ask that you bless this session of the Board of Commissioners this day and that you lead and guide this board in the decisions made so that all citizens in the community will benefit. Amen.
I
pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion on our minutes?
So moved.
Support.
Is there any corrections? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
For the agenda, I'd like to add resolution number 2025-96, lease between Bay County and the State of Michigan Department of Technology, Management and Budget for the Department of Health and Human Services as the final item under reports, resolutions of committees, Board of Commissioners.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
Move to approve the agenda as amended.
Support.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. At this time, it's for citizen input. Is there anyone wishing to address this committee? Please come forward.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Holovic. I just wanted to come up and introduce myself. I'm one of the applicants for the Veterans Board. And I know most of you don't know me, so I'm from here in Bay City. I do a lot of community aid in the area. Veteran stuff is very important to me. Sorry I didn't prepare a speech for this, but I just wanted to introduce myself. If anybody has any questions of me, I'd like to hear them. If not, I'll take my seat. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Anyone else wishing to address the commission?
Hello, my name is Julie Ann Bailey. I'm a resident of Bangor Township, and I'm here today because I'm very interested in the situation with the library board, and I'm anxious to get any information that I can about the replacement of Mr. Stone as he's left his position. So I'm hoping that there might be a time that that could be addressed today.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to address?
Good afternoon. Richard Spencer, 1427 Park Avenue, Bay City, Michigan. I'd like to bring a little history behind some things. About 27 years ago, they were talking about putting low-income housing in the fairground property. They sent out letters to all the neighborhood that were in such a certain range. With being in Park Avenue, I was in the range. They were complaining. Well, you can understand why they would be complaining about low-income housing. So at one point in time, they asked, does anybody have any ideas what we could do with the fairgrounds? And I'm sitting there. I said, sir. I said, yeah, what's your idea? I said, why don't we put it in a water park? Yeah, well, how many people in here would like to see a water park here? There were 60 people in the room. 59 of them raised their hand for a water park. Whoa, he says. You're going to go check it? Well, we can check into this. So where do they go? They go to Lutz's in All Gray that got shut down by the federal government due to non-paying your taxes, which I think we all know why. Then down the road, they decide they want an animal shelter and mosquito control. And they had their fancy shovels and all this stuff. A friend and I went together. His name was Ken Sharon. He passed in the meantime since now. And they talked about what a great idea this was going to be to put the mosquito control and the animal shelter in. And after they had their little speech, anybody have any questions or comments? There again, raise my hand. Yes, sir. I says, and there's some of us people that are here that saved the grounds, and it looked like someone hollered bomb because they were all gone immediately. They didn't want to hear that, you know, because they didn't get a chance to even start the low-income housing there. I was at a meeting here a while back when we talked about the county market. I wasn't happy about the way they handle the county market. I said, Militello's, where you're not that I'm a Chucky fan, but the Militello's rented from you people for how many years? And this is how they're being treated? Well, there was a few people that might agree with me, but we're not talking right now. Now I see the, I will back up a little bit. 3.5 years ago, about 5 years ago, cats are always around the neighborhood. So my wife's a very animal lover, so she started feeding them. Well, you know what happens then? They're coming back every night. So next thing is, the one is our house cat. We call her Ruby. She comes in, she stays like it's her house and goes out just like she won't use the litter box in the house. She wants to go out. So, and now she's been out all her life. So 2 stray cats show up. My wife, as far as I'm concerned, had enough with the one, but we called animal shelter. We have no room for cats. It'll be 30 days. That was 3.5 years ago. Well, now my wife's attached to them, and she just can't let them go to anybody, so they have a home in our garage. So now we see the new animal shelter. We still have the old animal shelter building that was back in the 60s. What are we going to do with that? I've gone past the fairgrounds lately, and there was cars, because they had a good show, right where the animal shelter is. They had that many cars. Well, one place they couldn't have because they had the animal exercise area. So, but they were backed up to the fence. They had a full house, which I thought was good. Am I opposing the new animal shelter? No. But I almost think that we ought to keep the old animal shelter for the dogs and start out with a new one for the cats, because they haven't done nothing with cats. And then, back up a little bit, in one of our meetings about the fairgrounds, it went back and the property was donated by a family or a guy. Part of it is in Essexville, part of it's in Bay City. Was donated to Bay County for a fairgrounds. Now, I don't know if the animal shelter falls in the fairgrounds, but it irritates me. They had to, when they put the other one up, they had to get rid of some of the track that they used to have snowmobile races and everything else. And when the side-by-side guys raced out there, they had to redo the turn down by the animal or the mosquito control because of the track that was gone. They used it up. I'd still like to know what they're going to do with the old animal shelter. Should we tear the one that was built back in 2000 down? I don't think so. It's a pretty nice building. But any of you people that aren't around animals, if you walked into there and they took you back by the pens, it smelled like dog urine. Is it not clean? It's spotless. But when you get animal peeing in their cage and they get cleaned up and all this stuff, and it's gonna adhere into the walls. You can't get rid of it. And I know they use bleach and everything. They try to keep it clean. I've been there. My wife last year, my son asked her what she wanted for Christmas. She said, I want dog food, taken to the animal shelter. He went out and bought her $400 worth of dog food and had me deliver it to the animal shelter. Oh, there was some cat food in there too. I don't want to mislead anybody. Donate it to the animal shelter. Now, I don't think we're complaining about the new animal shelter. All I'm going to say, if there's any more building going on in the fairgrounds, I feel like starting to stink because that property was donated for the fair, for the county fairs. And like I said at the beginning, I don't know if it has anything to do with county fairs or not with the new animal shelter. Another little problem I've had is after the county market got basically given away to the city didn't want to talk to Mr. Barsha when they were working on the bridges. They didn't want to talk to him. I was there. I talked to, he said, Jim, Dick, here, talk to Amy, I think her name was.
Mr. Spencer?
Yeah.
Please, your 5 minutes are up. You know, I mean, it's been more than 5 minutes. I appreciate you. Your questions? Yes.
Give him 2 more minutes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. The city didn't want to talk to Mr. Barsha. Now, if you think back where he come from, and if you don't think he knows where to try and get some money for help, we're all fools, because he spent time in Washington for quite a while. A friend of mine went to the DoubleTree, and they had a coffee with the Bridge Partners. We went to the Bridge Partners, and our impression was, we're not going to pay tolls for the city residents until 5 years after the bridges are completed. That has nothing to do with the county, because the county didn't want to listen to Mr. Barsha. And Miss Amy, I don't remember her last name, but she knew more about bridges than all of them. And it's just irritating when you're flat out lied to. In the 5 years, this is not your concern because you're not in charge of the bridges, but it irritates me when they do what they did, and he tried helping them out. But they didn't, we got it under control. They didn't have nothing under control because we're in a mess now. Yeah, I just about had said everything I need to say, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to address the commission? Going once, going twice. Public input is closed at this time. Petitions and communications. A, request for appointments to fill 2 positions on the Veterans Affairs Committee.
Move to receive the applications.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 1, we're going to be voting for 1. The 6th committee position, it's a partial term expiring December 31st, 2026, which will be eligible for reappointment to a full 4-year term. Okay, Madam Clerk.
Do we need the sergeant first?
Okay, we're going to be voting for 1.
You ready? Are you ready? Yeah. Okay. Rep?
Jen Craner.
Docket?
Jen Craner? She's E.
Jen Craner, she's E.
Number E.
I think there's 2 votes.
Two.
Okay. Docket, did you say Jen Craner? So again,
Yeah.
Jen Craner. Crete is not here. Nemec? Tim Conklin. Begic?
Jen Kreiner.
Beeson?
Jen Craner.
Nasha.
And Jen Kreiner.
Okay, so we have 1 vote for Tim Conklin and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes for Jen Kreiner. Ready for the next one? Okay, we're going to start with docket.
Yes.
The term expiring 12/31/2027.
Eligible for reappointment to a full 4-year term. This is a second appointment.
Gotcha. Conklin.
Yep. Nemec. Conklin. Begic.
Larry Beeson.
Beeson.
Tim Conklin.
Rupp.
Paul Cormier.
Benacci.
Tim Cochran.
So we have 4 for Tim Conklin, 1 for Paul Cormier, 1 for Larry Beeson.
Okay.
I move to make the 2 appointments of Tim Conklin and Jen Kreiner.
Support.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposing, none, motion carries. Thank you, everyone. B, Bay County Drain Commissioner, 2025 Annual Report.
Move to receive.
Support.
Is there any questions? Mike's here if you want any questions. Yes, Commissioner.
The Drain Commissioner here. Any projects coming up that we are in our districts, or I know you've been busy.
I brought a copy of the report, just in case you had any questions on per page, but I actually worked up a little bit of a list. I have a list, I call it the fluid list because of the flow of the water. We had, I should say, approximately 16 miles of ditch that we wanted to attack this year and get taken care of. After these last storms went through, we're addressing now over 20 miles that need to be something done to them. The list on 27 is down to 17 miles, but as these storms come through, it shows more and more areas that need to be addressed. Some of these drains that we're looking at haven't been touched in 40, 50 years. So it makes it very difficult to go out there and do a lot of work. But our legislators last year approved from $5,000 a mile up to 10. So we can actually do a little more work now on these drains. But basically, the way the rumors are going, my office personnel is going to be shut down a little bit. So it may make it a little more difficult for us to handle some of these projects, what we got going, especially through intercounty drains. Hopefully that personnel problem will be taken care of, and we'll have a full-time secretary, as it always has been, for the many years my office has been open.
I know the Calcallan River is not your area, but just wondered if that's going to happen this year, or...
The Calcallan River is basically a natural water course, which has eagle control. It could be made a county drain, but we're talking then you would lose all your grant money. Everything done on that project would be paid for by taxpayers that live along the drain or drain into it. And to do that, it would take approximately $2 to $4 million to make it a county drain, just in the legal aspects. And then that's not talking any work getting done. That's just to make it a county drain, so that something could be done.
Would it require a vote of the people along the drain also?
Yes.
Yeah.
At first, it'd have to be a vote of a drain board, specialized drain board, that work could progress. Then it would go over to attorneys, engineers, and then it would be a vote of the people on the cost. They could either approve it or turn it down. We have something going right now in the Sheboygan Creek that's intercounty between Tuscola, Saginaw, and Bay County. And that project was first petitioned, went through the process, and ended up being a $32 million project. It got taken to court, was in court for 2 years, which basically raised the costs on everything again, attorney fees and everything else. And then it was readdressed 3 or 4 different times to get the costs down. And the project going right now is $4 million. Basically, all the work is in Saginaw County, and it's just for building up berms and cleaning brush out. That's how long that project's been going on, though, for I don't know how many years. I know it started way before I got into office, I've been there 5 years, and it's just starting to get work now. So you're talking the Coquitlam River project could not go, could go many, many years before it even comes to fruition.
Thank you. Yep.
Anything else?
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, thanks, Mike. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. C, application for an obsolete property rehabilitation exemption certificate submitted by Rooftop Investments for 816-822 Washington Avenue, Bay City, Michigan.
Move to receive?
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. And number 2, application for an obsolete property rehabilitation exemption district and certificate submitted by Let's Try Everything LLC for 103 North Walnut Street, Bay City, Michigan.
So moved.
Support?
Is there any discussion on this? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. And D, Pink County Planning Commission, City of Pink County Master Plan.
I move the resolution. Receive and discuss.
Just receive it. Okay,
Do you guys have any comments?
you got any comments, questions on this, guys, commissioners? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries. Reports and resolutions of the committee. Committee of the Whole, April 7th. Commissioner Rupp, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The following resolutions are from the April 14th, 2026 Committee of the Whole meeting. Item number 1 is resolution number 2026-84, recognizing Xander Walraven's academic achievement. I move this resolution.
Support?
Motion has been made, supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries.
Next resolution is number 2026-85, authorized land lease agreement, TAG Towers LLC. I move this resolution.
Support?
Motion has been made, supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries.
Item number 3, resolution number 2026-86, Core Technology Annual Maintenance Agreement for 2026 through 911 Central Dispatch. I move this resolution.
Support.
Motion has been made, supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries.
Next item is resolution number 2026-87, 2026 Equalization Report. I move this resolution.
Support?
Motion has been made, supported. Is there any discussion? Questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion carries.
Next up is resolution number 2026-88, Tyler Technology Jury Payments Agreement 2026. I move this resolution.
Support.
Motion has been made, supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next up is resolution number 2026-89, BJA fiscal year 25 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant Courts. I move this resolution.
Support.
Motion has been made, supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next up is resolution number 2026-90, Friend of Court Office Reorganization 2026. I move this resolution.
Support.
Motion has been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 8, resolution number 2026-91, Friend of Court Office Reconstruction 2026. I move this resolution.
Support.
Motion has been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And final resolution is number 2026-92, Brown and Brown Agreement 2026. I move this resolution.
Support?
Motion has been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And that, Mr. Chairman, concludes the business of the Committee of the Whole meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Rupp. C, Board of Commissioners, Commissioner Begic.
And resolution number 2026-93, reports of the county executive for March 2026. Move that resolution.
Support.
Motion been made, supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
Resolution number 2026-94, appointment of Jamal Watson Sr. as Bay County Juvenile Home Director. Move that resolution.
Support.
A motion has been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2026-95, temporary hire of account clerk for the Bay County Treasurer. Move that resolution.
Support?
Motion has been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
All right, we have the lease, number 2026-96, lease between Bay County and the State of Michigan Department of Technology, Management and Budget for the Department of Health and Human Services Corporation Council. Move that resolution.
Support.
Motion has been made and supported. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Thank you, Commissioner.
That's all.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Begic. Reports of the county officials. County Executive, Mr. Barsha.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to say our team was out on site at the new Bay County Health Services building this morning. Everything is proceeding very well, and we want to thank Kristen for her oversight and the team that we have from Bay County that meet bi-weekly out there to check on the progress. We're still looking, hopefully, for we thought it'd be May, but it may be the first week of June or so. We have a little delay in some of the fiber that's been ordered with one of the subcontractors, but we're on track for a great grand opening, and I think public will be very pleased. And I want to again mention that there are zero impact to the county budget. All the revenue providing for the new health services building is federal revenue, $9 million from the ARP pandemic funding from the federal government, $2 million from Congressman Kildee, and the pending agreement with the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services will take 40% of the space at a very lucrative lease agreement. But that's pending. It's not final, as Amber would remind me. But where things are proceeding along very nicely. And I also want to take a moment to address Mr. Spencer and his concerns about the animal shelter and say that it is an improvement. I believe the original building was used for mosquito control, and it wasn't designed to be an animal shelter. So there were some issues with ventilation that would sometimes impact the disease that is transmitted from animal to animal due to stress. But what we'll do, Mr. Spencer, I've known you for a long time, and this is our director, Matt Beaver, that oversees both our Veterans Department and our animal shelter as his role as the Director of Administrative Services. And we'd be happy to take you through and explain everything and show you. There will be a use for that building. It won't be torn down. And we're also mindful, I grew up in Hampton Township, so I have many fond memories riding my bicycle over to when I was younger to the Bay County Fairgrounds, and we want to retain that. It celebrates our agricultural legacy here in Bay County and all the wonderful products that are grown and processed here in Bay County and shared literally around the state and the world from Bayview Foods. But we will be happy to answer all of your concerns, and I think when the project is finished, you'll be very happy. But also, several years ago, the Bay County Board of Commissioners did extend the lease to the Bay County Fair Board. So that made our Bay County Fair Board eligible with that lease for significant grant funding from the Michigan Department of Agriculture. And they've been very successful in acquiring grants to fix up the horse barns, and they're going to be, I think, pursuing improvements to the grandstand. And it will remain, an important function in Bay County, even though with the dog park, it's very popular, so it had to be moved to make room for the new shelter. But I want to assure you that the building will not be destructed. It has to house the animals while the shelter is being built, of course, until it opens. But it may also serve as storage for the county, which the Sheriff's Department needs desperately. Down the road, I think that's been decided yet. I don't know if Kristen would want to weigh in also on that issue, but if you will be patient, I think you'll be pleased with the final product. I think Mr. Spencer would like to make a comment, I believe.
That's fine, that's fine.
And I'm done, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, well, thank you. Mr. Barsha. Yes, Mr. Spencer.
Yeah, one of the things that didn't get hit on is the original animal shelter that was back there in the 1960s is still up. The original one on the southeast corner.
The little building?
You know, we use up all the property that we have. What are we going to have? Nothing. We're going to have fancy shelters and stuff like that. And like I said, in the beginning, I didn't expect you to tear the old animal shelter, or the
No, we won't.
in-between animal shelter down, because it's not that old. But we go way back to the original one that was back in the 60s. What are we going to do with that?
Currently, the 1960s building is used for record keeping currently. Record storage.
Yeah. Is that what the Sheriff's Department?
So,
And I'll talk to you after the meeting about some other things with the shelter and cats.
thank you, Matt. Thank you, Mr. Spencer. Okay, moving on, commissioners' comments. Does any commissioners got any comments? Yes, Commissioner.
Thank you. I have 3. Today is the filing deadline for a lot of offices around the county, the township offices, state offices, city, so on and so forth. I just want to congratulate everybody who made it through that process and wish them the best of luck in their elections. Second is the library board question that one of the speakers asked. I know we have Mr. Parks' appointment coming up in June. Do we have a timeline for the other appointment?
We're
as
going
well?
to be
Is it
doing it
also
at the same
June?
time.
Same time?
Same time.
2 in June. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's that answer. And then with regards to Mr. Spencer's question on the animal shelter, I would imagine that the new facility being significantly larger will have significantly more space for cats and alleviate that problem as well, right?
Absolutely. That's exactly why we're doing it. Everybody's full, and
Yeah.
and if you ever have cats, I'll talk to you after the end of the meeting, but I will take them from you. And we do have more space now when it gets built. So-
Right on.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, weigh in on feral cats. One unspayed female cat can produce 3 litters of 8 kittens per year, if they mate with male. And it's very difficult to place, Mr. Spencer, feral cats because they're not socialized and they're afraid of people. They will come in to feed, but typically how they're caught is with a cage. And then Matt Beaver has done an incredible job of trying to place them at barns on farms if they will accept them for rodent control. And also, a lot of times I know the Humane Society used to do the trap neuter release, but they discontinued that and transferred their cages over to the animal shelter. So that's an ongoing issue because feral cats, if they populate and repopulate, they can do that pretty, quickly. And one can produce, a significant number of kittens. And so we're trying to neutralize, with the new shelter, we may be able to pick up the role that the Humane Society used to have in terms of with on-site, with a very economical way to spay, neuter, and vaccinate and re-release them into a more appropriate area where they might be safer and not a nuisance. We have some residents who love to feed them and grow. grow 30 or 40 feral cats around their neighborhood. Other neighbors who are very upset that those cats are, trespassing onto their properties, hanging around their bird feeders. And so also, it's always a challenge with the feral cats. But I do want to compliment Director Beaver and also the incredible staff. We have about 7 or 8 full-time employees, and we have several thousand animals that come through the shelter. And we are maintaining about a 97-98% adopt transfer rate. So we have very few animals that are euthanized. When I was elected in 2016, it was over 90% of all of the incoming dogs and cats were euthanized. 2017, we went to a no-kill shelter. And then, of course, we have been maintaining that adopt transfer ratio for a long time. With the cats that are adoptable, Washtenaw County has taken sometimes as many as 200 cats a year transferred down. Some of the cats have been, Matt has driven up to the Mackinac Bridge. The shelters up in the Upper Peninsula need cats. And so they'll meet at the bridge and transfer 20 or 30 cats that would be placed in loving homes up in the Upper Peninsula. They request our cats. So we try not to euthanize any healthy animal and try to place them, whether it's in Bay County or if it's a transfer to another county that wants them, or all the way to the UP. So, but what we'll do is we'll talk at length after the meeting. Okay? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Barsha. Any other comments from, yes, Commissioner
I
McCann?
just want to comment on the applicants that we had for the 2 positions. There were some really good applicants, and I would encourage all of them to apply again. I know the one person whose term runs out may not apply again, and then we'll have that first position back for election again also. So we'll have 2 spots open in December. So any of those people that didn't get on this time, reapply. Like I say, they all had good resumes.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone else? Okay, any unfinished business? Any new business? At this time, it's the second time for public input. Anyone wishing to address the commission? Going once, going twice. Public input is closed. Miscellaneous. There isn't many. Announcements. Any announcements from the commissioners? Okay. Appointments. We have the April's already filled. In June, we have Library Board. We have 1 5-year term expiring for Charlie Park, and then we have 1 unexpiring term ending 6/20 of 28 for Doug Stone. Okay, Amber, is there a need for closed session?
Move to adjourn.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.